Good day everyone, I'm Hurley Bar of Reviews, back at it again with my review for the Kiwi Ears, yan, Kiwi Ears Kanta. Yan. Before we proceed, I'd like to address questions ulit kasi apparently may mga nagtatanong din about it. Ang first question is disclaimer muna. The weather is kinda bad here in my country. Medyo maulan dito, so please bear with me if naririnig nyo yung ulan sa background, okay? So, ang first question is, bakit daw pare-pareho yung format ng video ko? Why is it my format does have a why does my videos have a format ulit? Okay, there's nothing special to it, let's be honest, sa format ko. It isn't really a big deal rin to me. Oo, in the sense na making videos actually isn't my forte, okay? And at the same time, there are other reviewers sa YouTube who does things better. So, if you want something na parang mas appealing yung content, yung video content when it comes to video, I do recommend them. Actually, one of my top recommendations when it comes to video reviews na Filipino din is my good friend OB from OB Audio. Yan. You should check his channel din kasi andun may yung content niya when it comes to video is objectively mas maganda talaga compared sa akin, and at the same time may mga IEMs din kasi siya na hindi ko pa na audition or narinig personally. So ayun, if like let's say may hinahanap kayong IEM or any audio gear actually na wala sa akin, probably meron siya. Okay? Ayun lang naman. No harm, no foul. Hindi rin ako galit diyan kasi doing videos isn't really my isn't really my forte and isn't really my target. Kaya ako lang ginagawa yung videos na ito is para sa mga taong like first and foremost walang access dun sa Facebook page ko, walang access sa headfi.org, or tinatamad lang talaga magbasa. So parang ito yung parang pinaka uncut version ng reviews ko. Okay? So proceed na tayo proceed na tayo sa review. So before I proceed sa review na ito, I'd like to thank Linsol for sending this unit to me in exchange for a very honest, very transparent review. Just like all of my reviews naman, wala naman akong like bias talaga or parang paid review. Oo, I am not paid, and even though may nag-alok na sa akin before, I humbly declined in the sense na it destroys or it ruins my philosophy nga na it ruins my findings. Kahit nasabihin ko naman na but if yun yung nangyari, if let's say I became a paid reviewer tapos sinabi ko na this IM is good, I am telling the truth, honest, ganito ganyan, it will still be tarnished kasi nga I am already paid. So ayun, this is everything I do sa hobby na to is just a hobby to me. Hindi siya like business or anything. It isn't something na like yung promote talaga na with like with monetary value. No, all of this is for the hobby and for everyone, including sa akin, of course. So ayun, proceed tayo. So this is the box. Kiwi Ears Kanta is quite interesting to me in the sense na it is a 1DD2 planar hybrid IEM. Only a handful, actually isa nga lang yata yung alam ko na parang may dalawang planar sa loob or may mga planar sa loob. Which is the Celes Phoenix Call. Meron siyang mga SPD. I believe it is the latest generation of SPD or yung square planar driver ng Kinera. So ito meron siyang two planar hybrid siya. So two planar hybrid IEM. So personally, I am not sure kung anong type ng planar yung ginamit nila dito since it is quite amazing and at the same time questionable to me in a good way naman, hindi like bashing or something, na they fit two planar drivers sa ganito kaliit na hindi rin siya chunky either. So it is quite interesting. If may magte-tear down ng IEM na to, please link it in the comment section below or sabihin nyo kung meron. I'd love to see it. Okay? So, ang kiwi ears canta, from the name itself, is an Italian word for vocals. Kasi daw, ang sabi, ang claim ng kiwi ears is, these are made for vocals. Parang specialization niya yung vocals. But we'll see mamaya if that holds true. Okay? So, ayun, ito na yung box itself. It is nothing new. I like it. Very minimal lang talaga. Ayan, very minimal. Kita mo ko yung mga essential stuff na need, even yung sensitivity, yung, ayan, cable connectors, impedance, yung driver na ginamit, di ba? Nothing's too special. I believe all kiwi ears IEMs are ganun naman talaga. Then, ito yung accessory niya. Yung accessory niya is quite, sabihin na natin, slight upgrade when compared dun sa mga sets na na-audition ko, like yung kiwi ears na, ano yun, yung sumikat, nakalimutan ko yung pangalan niya. Oo, yung kulay violet, oo, na U-shaped. I'm sorry, ang dami ko na na-audition na IEM, so I kind of forgot kung ano yung mga names nila. Oo. Ang naalala kong isa yung pinakamura, which is yung kiwi ears Dolce. Ayan, oo. So, ayun, medyo upgrade yung case na kasama when compared dun sa kasi faux leather na siya. So, just like the Sivgake na na-review ko recently. Medyo ganun na yung texture nito. Then, ayun, may kiwi ears logo. I like the touch of this one. Very classy talaga. Then, ayun, they are very generous din sa ear tips. So, hindi lang siya like 1 set, 2 sets, no. This is 3 sets ng ear tips. Depende na lang sa preferred mong fit. Kung gusto mo yung mas stiffer ba, kung gusto mo yung mas malambot, or something in between. It really depends on you. As for their changes naman sa sound, wala naman gaano, hindi naman gaano like affected talaga. For me, like to nitpick na very ear tip sensitive si kiwi ears canta, this and that. No, wala naman ganong difference. May slight differences, pero again, it really depends sa perception mo, sa structure ng tenga mo din, kasi merong mga taong mas shallow lang yung ear canal, 'di ba? Mas maliit yung ear canal, ayun. It really depends. Pero, in general, wala silang like night and day differences kahit na nag-ear tip rolling na ako dito sa IEM na to. So, as long as na-fit sa'yo, as long as na hindi masakit sa tenga mo, it is all good. Okay? And, ayun nga, punta na tayo sa IEM itself. Bale, si IEM itself is nothing too special. Yung mga na-audition ko na mas mura dito, by the way, the kiwi ears canta is around $80, I believe, or basta under 100 USD siya eh. Under, like, sabihin natin mga, yung nasa website sa tanda ko is under $80 siya. So, ayun, you can see, yung cable na kasama is nothing special. It is your bog standard, usual cable that gets the job done. Ayun, one can argue na, early, Aurify reviews, gumagana naman. So, why na parang hina-highlight mo siya? Well, first, mas mahal na kasi yung binayad mo dito. I mean, $80 na to. To me, in my opinion, it isn't really unlike yung excuse talaga. Wait. Hindi siya like yung excuse talaga na for me na palagpasin per se, kasi we've seen IEMs na maganda rin naman yung tunog, well balanced yung quality and quantity ng tunog, even yung accessories maganda for its price, and apparently mas mura pa dito. So I am not bashing kiwi ears in any way. Not at all. But what I am saying is it could have been better for its price, 'di ba? Yung kasamang inclusions niya. I guess nag-upgrade na yung case. But ayun, same purpose, pero yun nga kasi they could have done better dito sa cable. But well, andito naman na to and it gets the job done nga. So wala naman siya like a major problem. Price wise probably meron, pero performance wise wala naman. So, and here's the plate, IEMs itself, the faceplate. I love the faceplate, industrial-esque, na minimalist talaga yung itsura nyo. And this is metal. The faceplate is metal, while the itong shell itself is resin. So wala akong naging problem, nor yung mga pina-auditionan ko ng IEM na to when it comes sa fit. Maganda yung fit sa kanila at all. Wala talagang like problem. And the nozzle of course is lipped. So, ayun lang. Sa sa price na to, I guess it is okay. Oo, wala siyang too standing out, and ayun nga, may mga nag-stand out na sa price na din ito when it comes to accessories na kasama and yung build quality. Pero ayun nga, this is a reliable build quality din naman. Ganda yung pagkakagawa. Okay? Sa drivability, surprisingly madali siya ma-drive for a planar. Yeah, yun yung ano ko, yun yung parang unang naging mas interesting yung kanta to me, aside dun sa yung promise niya na vocal centric siya, or specialization niya yung vocals. Ang dali niya ma-drive. Apparently mas madali pang ma-drive compared sa yung mga IEMs na 1DD or yung sa mga IEMs na walang planar at all. Oo. Actually, halos kasing dali niya ma-drive yung Simgot EA500LM, which is madali lang talaga ma-drive. Around 12 out of 100 lang yung, do you call this, yung ano niya, yung volume ko sa Tanch Gym Space. 12 out of 100 lang. Most planars na na-try ko is around 20, 22. So, I don't know what Kiwi Ears did here, but it can be a good or a bad thing, depende sa setup mo. Since ayun, madali siya ma-drive, but at the same time, alam mo yun, parang mas mahirap maghanap ng something na kayang ma-improve, through additional chunk of power, kasi nga sensitive siya, tas planar, you know. Pero yun, na-drive ko naman to ng maayos. Dinoble check ko pa dun sa Heidi's S9 Pro ko. Dinoble check ko din sa phone DAP ko. Dinoble check ko sa phone ko. Dinoble check ko sa laptop ko. So, I can confidently say na na-drive ko ng maayos to. I have no problems about it when it comes to drivability. Ngayon, sa sound signature, as for the sound signature, this is a V-shaped. This is a V-shaped sound signature. Halatang-halata talaga na V-shaped siya, and slightly mas leaning siya sa bassier side of the spectrum. Ngayon, I'm not super disappointed. Not at all. Pero ayun nga kasi, they marketed the Kiwi Ears Kanta as something na vocal-centric. Ayun, even the naming itself is marketed as vocal-centric. Pero ayun nga, nung narinig ko, it is a V-shaped sounding set to me. Na yung vocals niya is hindi talaga yung parang forward or even like yung open. Unlike ng IEMs na na-audition ko before. Which is, it is a bummer if naghanap ka ng mid-centric na planar sa kanta, which apparently hindi. Pero but that doesn't mean na like yung hindi maganda yung tunog niya. No, not at all. Sabihin na natin na parang like above average at best dahil sa technical performance. Okay, so bago tayo ma-sidetrack, punta tayo sa bass. Yung bass niya, of course, in a planar fashion, mabilis, elevated, chunky, detailed. Sakto lang yung levels ng quantity ng mid-bass at sub-bass in my opinion. Kaya wala akong naging problem with it. Kahit anong genre pa yan, kaya niya makasabay. Walang problem about it at all. Now, one can ask if may dryness ba siya na katulad ng, syempre planar to so may planar characteristics ba siya na parang dry yung bass niya at times. Personally, hindi siya like dry talaga na yung notable na kaya mong i-complain. No, hindi siya like dry or super dry in that regard. Siguro dahil na rin may one dynamic driver siya to help with it. Kaya ayun, hindi ko na feel na dry yung bass response ng Kiwi Ears Kanta, which is a good thing, 'di ba? Konti lang naman yung IEMs na may planar drivers na hindi dry ang bass, na hindi kulang ang bass. Konti lang 'yun. Meron pa nga sobra yung bass pero tunog dry pa rin. Okay? Napunta tayo sa mids. Yung mids naman, ayun nga, it is recessed. Definitely, it is recessed. Pero not to the point na drowning or nalulunod na yung vocals or yung mids at all. No, not at all. May slight warmth siya to keep things a bit more thicker habang nagta-transition papuntang lower mids. So, yung lower mids is slightly makapal ng onte. Yung upper mids niya, ayun, ramdam mo yung planar timbre doon, but at the same time, hindi naman nakakairita. But it sure is noticeable. yun yung elevated siya, nandun yung airing, crispiness, the usual planar. Oo. So, ito lang yun. Kung halimbawa na naka-planar ka na and sensitive yung tenga mo sa upper frequencies na parang elevated din, pero naka-planar ka, I guess wala ka naman magiging problem sa Kiwi Ears Kanta. Pero kung in general, hindi ka naka-planar, tapos very sensitive yung ears mo sa upper frequencies, it can be a problem. Kasi ang planars in general is may planar timbre. Para siyang BA timbre, but ayun nga, mas parang, alam mo yun, mas parang forgivable pa yung planar timbre when compared. May planar sheen siya. Okay? Now, punta tayo sa treble. Yung treble, definitely, it is bright. It is bright, extended, airy, ma-detail talaga. Kasi, syempre, it's a planar. Oo, kaya, alam mo yun, wala ka nang problema sa technical performance, actually. Most planars, detail retrieval, above average, of course. Pero, ayun nga, when we're talking planars, hindi siya gano'n nag-stand out in my opinion. Yes, detailed siya. Of course, it's a planar. Pero kapag i-compare mo na siya sa planar na the same price or nearly the same price, hindi niya kaya makipag-compete dun per se. Okay, so hindi siya like yung problema unless na lang talaga you are aiming for the best of the rest. Kahit na sabihin natin half-hearted ka dun sa best of the rest na yon. Okay? Now, as for the technical performance, it is your usual wide soundstage na maganda yung sakto lang yung height, actually sakto lang yung depth din, yung separation and layering, no problems rin doon, pero not the best I've heard of from a planar, pero walang problem doon kahit na mag busy tracks ka dyan, walang problem, no problem at all na magkakaroon ng unwanted or abnormal na congestion. Same goes with the imaging, it is dead precise, no problem din doon. So saan natin siya maganda i-compare? Well, yung base experience ko ng mga notable lang talaga, as in yung super notable na IEMs na planar is as follows. First and foremost, yung unahin na natin yung mga bago, di ba? Which is yung Hydis MP45 na naka-stock filter. Sa stock filter, mas warm yun. Definitely mas warm ang MP143 pala yung meron ako. Not MP145. I'm sorry. MP143. Definitely mas warm. Sure yun. Oo. Definitely mas warm. Yung base niya, sabihin natin, mas well-controlled and mas firm. Pero hindi pa rin naman kulang. Pero alam mo yun, mas mid-base compared sa Kanta yung MP143. So, kung halimbawa nakukulangan ka na like, probably, makulangan ka sa sub-base if galing ka ng Kanta tas nag-MP143 ka. Na stock filter stock filter. Okay? Tapos, sa mids, they are about the same actually. They are about the same, slightly mas lubog lang yun sa Kanta. Yung treble is mas okay. Yung pag-control ng planar timbre ng MP143 when compared sa Kanta. Technical performance, night and day yung soundstage ng MP143. Sobrang lawak talaga nun. It is wide, it is grandeur, it is immersive. Okay? Separation, imaging, and layering are nearly the same. Okay? Now, sa sa Lecture SO8, lamang yung Lecture SO8 sa mids. Yes, definitely. Kasi, alam mo yun, hindi tuned ang Lecture SO8 to be mid-centric, mind you. Pero, mas magandang rendition niya ng mids. Mas open, mas forward, mas detailed, mas, alam mo yun, parang mas cohesive per se. Oo, ewan ko kung tama yung term na yun. Yung mids ng Lecture SO8 when compared sa Kiwi Ears Kanta na dedicated talaga for vocals. Oo. Ayun. Kaya, alam mo yun, hindi naman like super disappointed, but I asked, hindi rin ask either, but more of I expected something different, 'di ba? Kasi Kanta nga so vocals, mid-centric, 'di ba? Stuff. But well, nandito naman So, ayun, yung planar timbre, definitely mas wala gaana sa SO8 dahil dun sa yung magic niya, yung dynamic driver magic niya dun sa technology ng Lecture. So, sa treble, mas extended yung Kanta, of course, mas brighter. Mas tamed yung sa Lecture SO8, and probably mas kulang sa air when compared. Tapos sa technical performance, they are about the same soundstage actually. Lamang lang slightly sa width yung Kanta. Then, yung separation, imaging, separation and layering is a bit better on the SO8. Yung imaging is about the same. Compare natin sa older products, ayan, medyo mas malapit actually sa older products yung Kiwi Ears Kanta. First example is yung Leisure S12. Ayun, medyo hawig na niya yung tunog niyan. Mas brighter lang yan and less refined. Same goes sa Timeless. Yun namang Timeless, mas bassy, but at the same time, yung bass niya is a bit slower when compared sa Kanta, in terms of attack and decay. Yung mids niya is, ayun, mas open actually when compared sa Kanta. Yung treble niya, mas extended mas extended yung sa Timeless Oo, definitely. Pero ayun nga, yung refinement doon na alam mo yun, yung planar timbre na maririnig mo talaga, mas rinig when compared sa Kanta. Tapos sa may sa technical performance, as for the technical performance naman, they are nearly the same, about the same. Oo. Yun nga, 'di ba? Which is quite ironic. Very very ironic na mas malapit siya dun kaysa sa recent sets when it comes to tuning. And lastly, yung Tangzu Zetianwu. Yung Zetianwu, definitely, it is a thicker, mas mahirap ma-drive, lusher, mas intimate yung tunog actually na planar IM when compared dito. Mas less versatile din siya, to me. Mas thin yung upper frequencies niya rin. Sa technical performance, yung mas better yung Kanta doon. Mas mabilis kasi, mas mabilis maka-pick up, 'di ba? Mas mabilis yung attack and decay. Mas versatile. So, anong verdict ko sa Kiwi Ears Kanta? Don't get me wrong, ang Kiwi Ears Kanta is a good set. It's a really, really good set. If gusto mo lang like ng planar, na V-shape, na gets the job done, na andun yung planar qualities without sounding too much dun sa planar timbre. However, if we're looking at the market kasi, it isn't really competing enough in my opinion. Hindi siya like nagko-compete kasi yung sound niya, yung tuning niya is like a generation behind when compared sa mga newer sets na Leisure SO8, Hydis MP143, Efine Delchi. Hindi Delchi. Clanar ba yun? Clanar. Basta may na-audition ng Clanar yata. Efine Clanar. Ayan. When compared dun, mas lamang yun. In terms of the tuning yung tonality. Tsaka yung refinement ng tonality. Mas lamang yun. But that doesn't mean na kung halimbawa wala nang ibang pwede mapili maliban sa Kanta, hindi maganda yung Kanta. The Kanta will deliver. Oo. The Kanta will deliver. Actually, for this past week, yung Kanta yung gamit ko lagi kapag during my 8-hour shift sa work. Oo. It's the sobrang alam mo yun, wear it and forget it. In a good way kasi maganda since V-shape siya, yung medyo all-rounder yung tunog niya, unless na lang talaga magse-straight leve ako or straight vocal centric tracks yung ko, then dun ko maiisip na it could be better. Well, yes, it could be better in general if you want to compete. Pero kung halimbawa on its own, it's okay. Decent naman siya for its price. Except siguro sa accessories. They really have to work on that one. Particularly sa cable. Depende sa price pero kasi yung sa price niya, maraming companies ang may mas better cable. So, ayun. The cable could have been better. But apart from doon, may re-recommend ko pa rin ng Kiwi Ears Kanta. Again, kung gusto mo lang ng V-shape, planar, na it gets the job done, na kahit anong iba to mong tracks are okay. Oo, it will perform well, ganun. Na wala gaanong planar timbre and limited lang yung budget mo, like under $80 pababa. The Kiwi Ears Kanta can be one of your choices doon. Okay? And that ends my review for the Kiwi Ears Kanta. Again, I'd like to thank Linsol for sending this unit to me in an exchange for a very honest, transparent review. Lahat ng reviews ko, as usual talaga, lagi siyang transparent to the core. Para, ayun, wala na ring adjustment on my end and pati sa inyo din para hindi masayang yung pera nyo. Okay? So, ang next review ko, it will be 2. Actually, ito muna. Kasi ito yung unang pinadala. This is the Star City 5 Pro from Rose Techniques. Pero I believe iba na yung brand nila ngayon is the Roselsa. Ayan. Mas madali. Pero Rose Techniques still looks class to me. And yung next, the awaited, the Simgo TW300. Actually, hindi ko in-expect na papadalan ako nito, pero pinadalan ako ng standard edition ng EW300. So, stay tuned for that. And that ends my review for the Kiwi Ears Kanta. Again, okay? So, see you on the next one.